What's going on, guys? It's your boy Shevon here, back with another video, and today we're going to talk about Apple ProRAW with iOS 14.3. I'm currently running the beta. We're going to test Apple ProRAW on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So you guys might be confused, what is Apple ProRAW? And I posted a few pictures on my Twitter and my Instagram a few days ago. And by the way, you guys should follow my socials because I post a lot of behind the scenes over there. But anyways, I posted a couple pictures I took with the 12 Pro Max and edited with Lightroom presets. And to my surprise, everyone was DMing me asking how did I get that, what filter did I use, or how do I edit the picture, what I used to edit the picture, and all of those questions. So I decided today that I'll be showing you exactly that. And for the first time, I'll be releasing my presets. So I'll be releasing my presets to the world so you guys can go ahead and play around with them, especially if you're shooting RAW. You're going to love it. If you guys don't shoot in RAW, you're just missing out on so much and limiting your camera quality. So usually I would get a sponsor for this video like Skillshare, but I decided that I would want to sponsor my own video today. So if you guys ever supported me, this is the time where you could actually support me. I'll leave some links down below in the description for my presets. If you guys ever wanted to have the same style I have when I edit my YouTube thumbnails, get that bright white pop. When we get all the pictures from the iPhone 12 Pro Max and come back in, we'll test out all the presets, of course, and I'll probably make another dedicated video showing you how I actually edit with other pictures, not just with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but with my actual camera. So this year, Apple has this thing called Apple ProRAW, and as I said before, in today's video, I'm gonna take a trip downtown, take a few pictures with the Apple ProRAW enabled and disabled to see the difference we get when we start to edit. So yeah, enough of the talking about Apple ProRAW and shouting out myself with all my presets. Let's go ahead and take some pics. Let's go. It's almost like sunset time, so we're gonna take some pictures of regular JPEG, and then we're gonna take some DNG Apple ProRAW, and we're gonna see what it looks like. So yep, let's get it. Alright guys, so I managed to make it up these train tracks, and I'm gonna show you how it's easy to enable Apple ProRAW on your iPhone. But the only caveat is that it only works on iOS 14.3, but I'm using the iOS 14.3 beta, so you know, when iOS 14.3 starts to roll out for everyone, then you guys could go ahead and enable Apple ProRAW. Another thing I should probably let you guys know is that Apple ProRAW is only available for the Pro models of iPhones. So the iPhone 12 Pro Max and also the iPhone 12 Pro. And it must have that A14 Bionic chip, I think. I'm not sure if it's definitely not coming out for the 11s. So all you guys want to do is go into settings, then scroll down until you find the camera app right here. Then you want to go into formats. Then you could enable Apple ProRAW right here. You could enable or disable Apple ProRAW, and once it's enabled, you could have the option to choose to turn on ProRAW by clicking the button right there, or turning it off by making sure that line is crossed through the RAW symbol. Alright guys, so we just finished taking some pics. It's currently 5:16 p.m. right now, but it's super dark. It looks like it's around like 10 p.m. It's -3, crazy cold right now, but outside just looks fantastic with all the lights and everything. But yeah, now it's time to go home, and hopefully I took some good pics, man. Hopefully, because I'm not sure what I did because it was super cold, but let's see. Alright guys, so now we're onto our PC, and quickly I just want to show you guys real quick how you could go ahead and install the presets. Even though I already showed you in the pack, when you download the pack, you have written literature showing you guys how to install these presets, but I decided to show you guys in this video as well. So once you have the preset downloaded or the pack, it will be in a WinRAR file. You need to unzip this file. So you want to extract it, hit extract here with the WinRAR, any extracting software you guys use, or it might be built in to your software, but you want to open it. All right, so here you'd find my presets, 10 different presets. You find a couple Sony RAW pictures that you guys could play around with if you're new to this stuff, and also a readme file that shows you in literature telling you guys thanks for the support and also how to actually install these presets. But a lot of people hate reading stuff, so let me show you the video representation of what this would look like. So if you hop on over to Lightroom here, these are a couple presets that I already had that I'm working on. They're not yet finished, so it's not looking too good right now, but let's install the preset you guys just bought. All right, so you want to go to edit, and this also works for any other preset you want to use. So you want to go into Lightroom. On Mac, you might see Lightroom again. You want to click Lightroom. On Windows, you want to hit edit, then go to preferences. All right, then once you're in the preferences tab, make sure you're in presets, the presets tab right here. Then you want to go to show Lightroom develop presets. Boom. Now you're in the settings folder. Double click settings. Then right here is where you want to install or drag the presets that you guys just exported. All right, so let's go to the ones we just exported, which is right here. So you have Shevon presets. All you guys need to do, drag this folder. Boom, you're done. That's all you guys need to do. Just close everything, hit OK, restart Lightroom, make sure everything is fine, save, back up if you want to. Boom. All right, now all you guys need to do, fire up Lightroom again, and we'll have our presets. All right, boom. So once Lightroom has been loaded up, you could see Shevon's preset. Now you guys have all my presets you could go ahead and play with, 10 different presets. Now let's talk about JPEG versus Apple ProRAW. Apple ProRAW is shot in DNG, which is a consistency, it consists of Apple's Deep Fusion, their computational photography, and all that stuff. So this is one of the pictures that I took with Apple ProRAW, and a lot of people were saying, Shevon, how did you edit it so good? So this is the actual original picture. It was taken at like 6 p.m. It was kind of dark, super cold outside, but I gave it a really nice mood with my, I think it was 03 preset, or it was 5, yep, 105, SS105 preset. Hit that, I put the exposure down a little bit, make it a little bit darker, and then I boosted the orange with the vibrance, and you could also sharpen it a little bit, boost up the shadows or bring it down to get that moody vibe right here. And that's what I did, exported it to Twitter, and everyone was going crazy. Like, let's show a before and after right here. You guys could see total difference. And I said before, you could play around with the presets. You could go for this one, you could go for the black and white one that I have right here. I really like this black and white one. It really shows like, oh, it's kind of cold outside, you know what I mean? But yeah, you could always play around with the vibrance, choose different colors. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. And this one right here as well, very nice one. And I think I use 102 up the exposure. And that's the thing, when you're working with Apple ProRAW, you don't lose any quality. You could control a lot of different stuff, and there's little to no grain. We could turn up the shadows on here, still look sharp. Remember, this is coming from a smartphone camera. Just keep that in mind. You want to cool it down a little bit, bring down the temperatures, and look, before and after. You guys can see. So you get the idea of the video and the presets and stuff like that. All right, so the first picture I want to look at, which actually shows in detail how this works. So this is a DNG Apple ProRAW shot, and this is the JPEG shot. And just straight off the bat, you could already look into here and see the green tints it's bringing up. I'm not sure where they got these green tints from. Probably the reflection of this light bouncing off the wall onto the window. But this is the JPEG file. All right, so if we try to boost the shadows with the JPEG, we go into here and we say, oh man, this picture is too dark. Let's see what's going on. We boost the shadows. You can see how bad that looks. Now, as I said before, this was shot at ISO 125, f1.6, 1/20 of a second. So it's super dark, underexposed on purpose. But you guys can see we still have the skies, but if we go ahead and expose this, it is looking terrible. Now that is the JPEG picture. All right, so this is because Apple already did all the processing for us. So then when we go into Lightroom and try to process it again, it just can't handle it. It's already compressed. It's less megabytes. Now if we go on to the DNG ProRAW shot, this is Apple ProRAW right here. Same picture. We boost up the shadows. As you guys can see, we still retain the detail. We boost up the exposure, and it's night and day. Add a little bit of vibrance to this. Night and day. Like, look at the difference. JPEG, Apple ProRAW. You know what I mean? And the sky is kind of blown out right here. So all you guys have to do is just bring down the highlights a little bit, and this is actually what it really looked like. You could add a little bit of blacks to it, you know. This is what it actually looked like outside. This was the actual representation of the picture, and that's what I mean by you could do so much more with raw photos than JPEG. And this is the JPEG version, so you can see it already like sharpens up everything, going super crazy. If we add a preset to it, it's not gonna look that good. Actually, it's not bad. It's just super sharpened and everything is done already. The clouds, if you zoom into the clouds, it's like somebody spray paint the clouds in the back right here. Meanwhile, with the DNG file, you could see it's super smooth. You know what I mean? It's super smooth. Smooth transitions between the two. So this is the JPEG. You could see all the pixels, and then the ProRAW DNG, smooth transition. And that basically sums up itself. I just realized I haven't showed you guys any wide angle shots. So this is a wide angle shot in ProRAW, and I didn't take any with JPEG, and I didn't take any in JPEG, but we could just appreciate how good this looks and how much fun you could have with these pictures. So this is another picture I took at night, and this is the DNG file, and the JPEG of course looks super bright. Not much tweaking can be done here. If you try to boost up the vibrance, the E starts to bleed red. You know what I mean? We try to up the exposure. That's what it looks like. It's crazy. It's not bad, but of course the DNG file, way more control. We want to boost the highlights in the back, we could. Want to up the shadows a little bit, we could. Let's look at the trees around here. Not much grain. Let's compare this one. Look at all the grain you could see in this JPEG. That's just the difference. This is another DNG shot I took of this Audi right here, and this guy was super cool. Actually stopped for a couple seconds so I could take the picture, and endless possibilities with this shot. You could go for a super dark tone, go for a moody tone, and this is actually my favorite one, 110. Turn down the exposure a little bit, up the shadows, up the vibrance, and I just like the red. It eliminates all the blue lights, and it's just like a red orange theme. Looks sick. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed that video, let me know down below in the comments, and also let me know who would be copying these presets. I'm really excited about this because I worked so hard on it. But yeah, all the links will be down below in the description. And Apple ProRaw, super cool, really cool. I'm excited to see what even the iPhone 13 could do with this Apple ProRaw, and probably a better camera sensor. But yes guys, as usual, love, peace, and tweaks. Signing out.